Hello, Bio 1050 students. Dr. Crozier here. We have entered the final unit of the course, Unit 3. You can see how the course is broken down on the syllabus, page 7. And so we need to organize for the final exam. And this is somewhat a difficult task for an asynchronous online class. We need to find a time slot that is mutually convenient for all 80 students in the course. In order to do so, I'm going to send an email containing a link to a voting poll. I'm using an add-in in my Outlook email called Find Time. So please follow my instructions when completing this poll. If you do not follow the instructions correctly, the class may choose an exam date that's not ideal for you. So please comply with the following instructions. 1. You must complete this poll by this Friday, November 20th. Now, the university has scheduled December 16th to December 22nd as the final exam period, and these dates have been in the syllabus since September 1st, so all the options in the poll will fall within this time period. No exams will be offered before December 16th or after December 22nd. I also have to offer times that work with my schedule and are not overlapping with exams for my other classes. When completing the poll, please only select dates and times that work for you. That is, you do not have another exam scheduled at that time. Thus, by selecting a date and time in the poll, you are committing yourself to take the final exam on that date and time if that happens to be a date and time that your classmates agree to. There'll be no withdrawing your vote after it's submitted, and no alternate dates will be offered once the vote is complete and the software has chosen a date that is mutually convenient for everyone. Now, if everyone just chooses one date and time, it'll be almost impossible to get a mutually convenient time for everybody. So I'm asking every student to select times on at least 3 different days of the options provided, minimally. You may select more than 3 dates and times, but you must select at least a minimum of 3 choices that are on separate days. If there is a day that is better for you and there are multiple options within that day, you can choose 3 or 4 options on that day, but you must also select times from 2 other dates. Please simply select all time slots that work for you. Choosing yes or prefer means that you're available to take the exam on that date and time. Select no only if you have another exam at that time, and know, therefore, that you are unavailable. You can take more than 2 exams on the same day, but you're not required to. So, if you choose a date and time on which you already have 2 exams, you are forfeiting your right to appeal. That being said, you do not need to choose a date that creates a conflict for you. What will happen is this voting software will collect all the votes and choose the date and time that is mutually agreed upon by everyone in the class. That is a date and time that everyone in the class said yes or prefer to. Once the date is finalized, I will provide instructions to you about how to take the exam, how to download Respondus Lockdown Browser, how to use Respondus Lockdown Browser and Monitor in case you haven't used that in any of your other classes. The Respondus software and hardware, for example, a functioning webcam and microphone, etc., is required as stated in the syllabus. See page 10. So just to be clear, given the above matters of consideration, before voting, please make your decision as follows. A no vote means that you cannot attend that time slot as you have another exam scheduled within that time period. A yes, or prefer, it does give you both options, means that you are committed to take the exam at that time if after the results come in, everyone has voted yes or prefer to that time slot. From my end, it would be most helpful if you say yes to all time slots or prefer to all time slots that you do not have another exam in. When I sent out a poll at the beginning of the semester for a meeting time, many students simply picked one time slot that was optimal for them and no to everything else. If that is the case, we will never find a mutually convenient time, and I will make an executive decision and set a date and time. So please, only select no if you have other exams scheduled at that time slot, and yes, otherwise, or prefer to indicate your preference. The university's exam schedule can actually be seen at the following URL. I will send this Word document to you, reiterating these instructions. Here you can see the final exam schedule for fall 2020 for all classes. However, our asynchronous online class is not included in this. Nonetheless, I've used the same dates of December 16th through December 22nd, and I've given 4 options on each date: 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., 10:15 to 12:15, 12:30 to 2:30, and 2:45 to 4:45. Thank you for your help with this, and please look for a subsequent email with the Find Time poll. When you receive that email, the link will look something like this. You're invited to a meeting. Organizer, Martin Crozier. It will say duration 15 minutes, but it will be a 2-hour time period. I had to set 15 minutes to give the options of starting at the quarter hour at different time slots. Nevertheless, there will be numerous options. I only put 12 for this sample, but there will be more than that. Simply click Select Options. A Find Time invitation will open where you'll click on your name. I'm using another email address simply to demonstrate this. Please make sure that the time zone is set to Eastern Time Zone when you receive this and making your choices. But here you'll simply see the dates and times, Wednesday, December 16th, all the way through until Tuesday, December 22nd, an 8 a.m. time slot for 2 hours, a 10:15 a.m. time slot for 2 hours, a 12:30 p.m. time slot for 2 hours, and a 2:45 p.m. time slot for 2 hours. You can choose no, yes, and or prefer to those options that work for you. Again, please only select no if you have another exam scheduled at that time. I need to find a mutually convenient time for all 80 students. So if you are available and you do not have another exam scheduled at that time, please select yes, and please select yes on at least 3 different dates, whatever those might be, in the options provided for you. Select Vote when you have completed the poll. I will be notified when you have voted, and the software will find a mutually convenient time for all 80 of you to take your final exam for Bio 1050. Thank you.